Hello everyone. In this lesson we want to talk about how pH is very important for our body and how our body keep homeostasis by keeping a correct pH inside it, and how some parts they have different pH. Let's start with the first part inside our body that has a specific pH, which is the stomach. Stomach, as you know, it has a gastric juice. And it has an acid. This acid, it's called hydrochloric acid. So the pH of the acid or the pH inside our stomach is how much? Is 2.5. But for the food that is difficult to digest, okay, this food, okay, it will make the acid inside the stomach to decrease. So difficulty digestion of difficulty digestion food and the low stomach pH, this thing it's cause what? Discomfort, which is called what? Indigestion. To restore back the normal pH inside the stomach, you can take what? Antacid tablet. How these antacid tablets are working? Think about a neutralization reaction. How can I increase the pH from 1.2 to 2.5? You have to take something, or these tablets, they should have inside them what? They have inside them base. Okay? So when these together, they will neutralize the acidity inside the stomach. And the base will cancel the base will start to what? Neutralize the acidity and increase the pH inside your stomach. I want to ask you two questions. Try to solve them, okay? To make sure that you understand the lesson. Look at these two. Think about them, then I'll show you the answer, but try to solve them by yourself first. How does the antacid tablet change the pH of the stomach? The second question, what does this tell you about the pH of the antacid? Think about them, pause the video till you answer these two questions. I'll show you now the answers. So here it increased the pH from 1.5 to what? To 2.5. This is the antacid tablet type, because they have the ability to increase the pH. So what they should contain, what do they have? What does this tell you about the pH of the antacid? Their pH should be what? Should be base. So the pH should be what? More than 7, right? So to check this answer here, should be more than 7. Let's talk about the other part inside our body. It has a specific pH. The other part inside our body that has a specific pH, which is the blood. For our blood, to be healthy, the pH should be between the normal range. What is the normal range? To keep homeostasis, to keep you have your blood, it should have what? 7.35 to 7.45. What about if the pH is less than 7.35, slightly less? Okay, so this thing it will cause a condition. It's called acidosis. What about if the pH is more than 7.45? This condition is called what? Alkalosis. But these two conditions are not good. They are bad for our body. That's why our body always keep homeostasis, keep the pH constant. What about if the acidosis happen or alkalosis happen? How these will affect the person's health? Actually, for acidosis, the person can feel headache, confusion, seizures, nausea, and vomiting. But what about if the person has alkalosis? He feel weakness, cramping, irritability. Okay, so these two are not bad. How our body will keep homeostasis? What are the parts inside our body that help the homeostasis, or to keep homeostasis inside our body? How to keep the correct pH? Actually, the two organs inside our body, they help to keep homeostasis are lungs and kidneys. For kidneys, they remove the waste, as you know. They filter the blood from the waste, and the waste. This waste is came from where? From the cells, right? From the normal functions, from the normal reactions. So when some of these acids are waste, so the kidney can remove this waste from what? From the body. What about lungs? This part for lungs very important. Lungs, when you exhale, you remove carbon dioxide from your body. Okay, so what is the relationship between carbon dioxide and the pH? I want you to think about this case. The carbon dioxide is what? Is non-metal oxide, right? And we mentioned in the previous video when non-metal oxide reacts or combine with water, they will form acid. You remember this part? Okay, so for carbon dioxide is non-metal oxide. When it combine with water, it will form acid. This acid is a weak acid. It's called what? It's called carbonic acid. This carbonic acid can dissociate and form what? Hydronium ion. When it breaks, it gives what? A hydronium ion. And the other part of it is what? Bicarbonate. For hydronium ion, when the hydronium ion increase in the blood, that means the acidity, it will increase. The pH, it will here decrease, it will be less. Okay, so here for carbon dioxide, it should be what? In a correct level. So when you exhale, you remove the excess carbon dioxide from your body, so the acidity will maintain, the blood will maintain slightly what? Slightly base. You know this. Okay, so look at this question. Why does an increase or decrease in carbon dioxide concentration change the pH? We have mentioned that an increase in carbon dioxide increases what? Hydronium ion, which lowers the pH. A decrease in carbon dioxide, here the other part, okay, hydronium ion, which raise the pH. Okay, I want to make sure that you understand this part. I want to show you two questions. These two questions, think about them. Okay, think about these two questions before you look at the answers. The first question is talking about how would you expect the pH of the blood to change during exercise? Yani, while you're doing exercises, what's going to happen to the pH of your blood? To be able to answer this question, you are making exercises. That means you need what? Energy. What is the reaction inside the cells that help to provide the body with energy? Try to remember this, which is what? Aerobic respiration or cellular respiration, right? Think about now the reactants and the products in cellular respiration. The reactants are glucose and what? And oxygen. So the glucose is you break the bonds between glucose to by using what? By using oxygen. Okay, what are the products? The products, carbon dioxide and water. So carbon dioxide is what? Here one of the product, which is a non-metal oxide. So the increase of carbon dioxide, what do you think? It will increase the pH or decrease the pH? Think about this answer now. So the answer, this causes blood pH to what? To decrease. Got it? The other question now. The next question, look at it. Why is it important for blood pH to remain near 7.5? Why our body to keep homeostasis, okay, the pH it should be always near 7.4? Think about this. So the answer for this one, when you keep the normal or correct pH, why this one? Because many reactions in the body are pH dependent. Yani if the pH it's different, the reactions inside our body will not be able to perform or start. Got it? It will affect these reactions. You understand this part? To make sure that you understand this part, I want to show you a video. In this video here, just hold on. Try to take notes while you're watching this video to make sure that you understand the lesson.
Your body needs just the right pH to be healthy. If your pH levels change too much, you can get sick. Click the highlighted parts of the image to find out more. The stomach produces gastric acid, which has a pH level of 1 to 2. This acid consists mostly of hydrochloric acid. Gastric acid helps the body unravel proteins from foods. Blood in a healthy body has a pH of about 7.4. If the blood's pH becomes much higher or lower than 7.4, it can cause pain, nausea, and weakness. These conditions give doctors a clue that a serious problem exists. If carbon dioxide builds up in the body, pH levels will drop. If the body does not have enough carbon dioxide, pH levels increase. The lungs work to exhale just the right amount of carbon dioxide to keep the pH of the body slightly basic. The kidneys filter the blood. They also get rid of excess acids and bases produced when the body digests food. These waste products and extra water go to the bladder. The bladder stores the waste products and water until they are released as urine.
Okay, to make sure also that you understand the neutralization reaction, I want to show you this experiment.
One of these beakers contains hydrogen chloride solution, which is a strong acid. The other contains sodium hydroxide solution, which is a strong base. Each beaker also contains some universal pH indicator, which is a chemical mixture that changes color at different pH values. The pH of the hydrogen chloride solution is 2.5, so the universal indicator shows a red color. The pH of the sodium hydroxide solution is 11.5, so the universal indicator shows a purple color. What do you think would happen if you mixed equal portions of the two substances? What color would the resulting solution be? Click the beaker of hydrogen chloride to add some to the empty beaker.
So here I'll add in this experiment hydrogen chloride. Look.
Click the beaker of sodium hydroxide to mix the substances.
So when you add sodium hydroxide, look at the color of universal indicator, how it will be changed. So here, look at it. When I mixed the sodium hydroxide with hydrogen chloride together, they give at the end what? They give what? A neutral solution when you have equal amount of both. Okay, so the neutral solution, why it's a neutral? It's 7 with the color of universal indicator. Here is green, as you see. So from this one, you understand this the neutralization reaction. If you have any question, you can send me your question. Don't forget to study the questions on this lesson and the questions on page 305. I'll post the answers on portal. Thank you for listening.